Live on Stream It Sports NoCo, it's Northern Colorado High School football. This broadcast is brought to you by Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wings since 1991. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. Now for the play-by-play, here's Eric Friehauf and Cody McCoy.
Welcome to Everly Montgomery Field. We're going to pause here now for the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A wonderful rendition of our national anthem. Welcome to Everly Montgomery Field in beautiful Longmont, Colorado. Tonight, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado and ASBN TV, the Monarch Coyotes take on the Skyline Falcons in a 4A Long Speak Conference action. Hello, my name is Eric Friehauf, along with my partner, Cody McCoy, and bringing us the pictures tonight is the legend, Phil Mildren, the owner of Stream It Sports, that brings it here tonight on actually a nice evening for football. 54 degrees out here at the Longmont High School Stadium. It's a community stadium where we have two teams that are really pitting it out for really postseason. They're really getting themselves lined up where all of these games are critical for the next steps to get prepared for state tournaments. Skyline's getting themselves ready. They're 4-2 on the season. They're coached by Michael Silva. Michael Silva's been coaching here since 2015 when he was 2-8 that first year. And boy, has he built a team since then. And they are a team that you're going to hear a lot about their players today. Against them will be the Monarch football team from Louisville, just down the street.
As we match up here at Everly Montgomery.
They'll be coached by Philip Bravo. They're 2-4, 0-1 in the league. They'll be receiving the kickoff. Skyline's coming in on their red, gold, and white. Monarch will be in their black, Vegas gold, and silver. Cody, I'm not sure I've heard of Vegas gold before, but we will understand that that must be a rich gold for that.
They must have gone to Vegas and came back with something.
Well, I think they're trying to come into this stadium and see if they can come back with a victory. And I think the important thing for them is to be able to set the standard. They're coming off of a really tough loss against Loveland, a top team within the state of Colorado, especially in 4A. Kickoff. Out of bounds kickoff. Flag flies out. Tyler Smith, the junior, just lets it go out of bounds.
Smart move.
No return on the play. Ball goes just out of bounds.
Well, let's kind of scope out this game for you here. We got Skyline, the Falcons on defense first. Monarch's going to have to set the tone into this game. And it's the first possession that you need to come out and really establish a game plan that's going to control really a high-powered offense that Skyline has that you'll get to see when this ball turns over to the other side. As we mentioned before, Friehauf, right guard, gets a nice 8 yards.
Not a single receiver is on that formation there. Just bunch it up and give it to the guy.
Well, that is one thing that Monarch's going to do, is going to try to see if they can pull in some power up through the middle and move it down. That's a gain of 6 yards.
2nd and 4 for Monarch.
Cal Gordon, the sophomore, lining up in a power motion, almost a line. Nice pitch back into the backfield. Picking up another 2 yards.
This time for about 3.
Great.
1 yard to go, it looks like, if I can see that ref.
And I think that was going over to, as I looked at it, was number 2. I think it was Stimek. Oh, it's Shugnassi. We got good spotters coming in. Phil, thank you so much. 3rd and 1. This is where Monarch sets up in this first setup. Power position up front. Everybody on line. Up through the middle. First down. We'll see who's getting up on the pile.
Fullback handoff. That he looks like an offensive lineman there getting the ball.
He sure did.
Number 10, Kyle Gordon, leading the Coyotes as a quarterback.
Kyle Gordon, number 13 in total yards leaders for a Longs Peak league.
Pitch to the left side. Number 25, the ball carrier. That's Max.
Well, I tell you, this is a team that's going to need to be definitely pulling themselves into a position to play in the state. Even though their record is 2-4, their RPI is ranked 4th in the state. Skyline's is 6th. So they're playing against a team that, if they can pull this one out on the road from Louisville, pitch around the outside, pick up another 2 yards.
Another pitch.
Run by number 25, Max Fredericksmeyer, the junior.
Nice start there for the defensive line, making a good push. Really not, they're getting up 1 first down, but it hasn't been the easiest first down.
Yep.
One of those games where the safety's back here. I think that's number 4.
Yep.
Might not have the busiest night.
Yep.
But that kind of up front.
Max has got 110 yards on the season, 20 carries over 6 games. Quick flip back through the middle. Pile moves forward, gets another first down. Monarchs coming in and playing in-your-face power ball through the middle.
Another quick pitch.
Great yards after the hit.
To the big back, number 88.
That was Austin Fiala. Austin Fiala has got 176 yards on the season with 42 carries. I think he picked up probably one of his longest carries there of the season. Right up through the middle, 9 yards. Again, pitch back through the middle, see if Fiala can go further. Picks up another 3 or 4 yards.
You can tell he's one of those kids just looking for contact. Trying to hit someone and take him to the ground.
Ball's going to be spotted on the 30.
Well, it looks like he's up and right through the tackle, through the guard and tackle area. He's not going to try to get you around the outside with speed. That puts it up at 2nd and 7, it looks like. Now with a couple of single receiver outside, pitch to the back. Fiala again going up, picking up only 3. That puts it now at 3rd and 5. Now that's going to put Monarch on a different position and how to make sure that they can get 5 yards on it.
They're going to come out with the short pass. They haven't done it yet.
Well, their strength isn't passing. Kyle Gordon, he's got 266 yards total in offensive passing, so they are really a running team. Resets outside, looks over coach, makes an adjustment. Pitch over to the other side. Stimek tries to go through the middle, weaves himself up to a first down. That wasn't Stimek, that was actually Shugnassi, I think.
Toss to number 22, Ryan
Shaughnessy, excuse me.
Off tackle to the right side.
Big play there. Looked like coach called in an audible there. Was able to communicate to the offensive line. Beautiful first down. Big first down.
great movement from the
steady drive going with a lot of
from the blocking up front. I think when he came around on the right side, then dove through in the middle, he was able to get the extra yardage. Set up again. Handoff around the outside. Speed gets picked up by Skyline. They bring it down, but still not without another 4-yard gain. Monarch is moving his ball down the field.
Number 25 Max.
It's not too quick, just methodical. 3 yards, 4 yards, maybe a 6-yard in there, but getting first downs when they need to. Just chucking down the field, getting that defense more tired. A few minutes into the game, but that defense has been on the whole quarter.
Well, Max Friehauf takes that last one down, 4 yards, puts it at 2nd and 6. Pitch again. Friehauf. No, that was Shaughnessy. Balance attack. If you're going to see how Monarch tries to push the ball down the field, they're going to get it either into Stimac or Friehauf.
And if you're going to run that many times, you got to have a lot of different weapons.
Well, and I think it puts the defense on its heels a little bit.
Skyline crowd to get in the game. 3rd down. Trying for a defensive stop.
3rd down and 3. Will Skyline
give it to the big man?
And they hold him up. Only a 1-yard gain. Austin Fiala would not able to make it across. Puts it at 4th down.
I think number 47 there was the first one to get the contact, stood him up, and then waiting for his teammates to help him out and push him back. Great defense. 4th and 3, but they're not coming off the field.
No, I think this is going to be a little bit too long of a field goal, and so they're going to come in and play it. Played a late substitution in.
That hit was Ricky Waters, number 47. Give him a shout out. Big hit.
Trey Stewart coming in. He's an option for them as well, too. Trey Stewart is one of their top receivers, so they're going to see if they can use him as well, too. Pitch back. Fiala comes up through the middle. Picks up 2.5 yards and looks like very close to the first down. The opposite line. Yep, he's moving him on.
And that will be enough for a 1st down.
Great play there.
That's just trusting your offensive line and running back to get that push. All you need is 3 yards and 1 inch, and you're good to go.
Yeah, well, and Stewart, he only has 5 receptions over 6 games, 155 yards, 54 yards. It is a running game. Gordon hands it off, gets it up.
Quick handoff to number 47. That's Will Ponder. Drives ahead for about 3 yards.
Will Ponder, the senior.
Inside the red
gets 4
zone
yards out of the carry.
They'll be on the 18-yard line of the Falcons.
That clock continues to tick. I know it's just the first quarter, but if you can have the lead and you can do this to the clock.
Yep, when Skyline does not have the ball in their hands offensively, that's a good thing for Monarch. Looked like it was a blitz, and then it comes back around through the middle. Flag thrown. Friehauf got about 4 yards out of it. We'll see what the call is.
Tries to get the edge, but cuts it back inside and hit hard.
There's a holding call, it looks like, from the sideline. That's going to move that back.
Hold on the offense. That'll back them up.
And that hurts when, again, you're a running team. You got to keep moving forward. Tougher to make up those yards.
Yeah, you're not able to go quickly to a passing play to make up the 10 yards that you lose on the holding play.
We're going to step that one off and replay 2nd down.
That's going to put it at...
That will set up 2nd and
18. 19. They got it all the way out to the 19 yards.
19 for the Coyotes.
This will be a tough one for Coach Bravo. Tyler Smith coming in for Monarch. See if they can get some passes in here.
For Monarch so far. Skyline slowing them down. We'll see what happens next.
Gordon under center.
And a fumble.
Able to pick that up. Another 2 big issues happening there.
Take the handoff, but the ball goes to the ground.
He almost couldn't pick it up.
Good. Well, and it's not cold out there. I mean, it's 50 degrees. It's supposed to be about 46 degrees by the end of this game.
Perfect.
So it's a perfect fall weather here in Colorado.
Third and about 24.
Third and 24.
He thought he was going to pick it up and make a play, and smart move just to dive on. You can hear the coaches yelling in the other box, just get down.
Back, throwing long, seeing if he has it. Throws to the corner of the end zone, front corner, could not get it. And you knew that was going to happen when they had the hold and then the fumble on the snap. They do not have a play with a single receiver going out. And Skyline came in and really tried to put pressure back on Gordon.
Skyline territory.
24. I think the
4-yard line.
I see a field goal attempt about to happen.
Boy, this will be quite something to see.
I believe 98.
It'll be Thomas Crook, a senior, kicks it high, long, short, probably about 10 yards. It's quite a feat for them to kick it that distance.
You got to give it to him. Nice try. I mean,
I think it was actually a pretty good try on that situation.
With a defensive stop after a long drive from...
Well, in the first quarter, it's 3 minutes, 52 seconds left. Monarch did what they wanted to do on that opening kickoff, was to control the ball, control the clock, and make sure the Skyline doesn't have it. So it'll be a timeout on clock. We'll be back here on Stream It Sports live in Northern Colorado, brought to you on ASBN TV. We'll be right back.
I cut my own hair.
I buy in bulk. So do I.
Back here, Max Silva's down behind. Hands it off up through the middle. Jeremy, yes, you're going to be hearing that name a lot. Hollingsworth
Quick handoff
picks
to
up
Jeremy
9 yards.
Good push from the line.
and they're just getting right up to the line. They're not going to worry about the time too much.
No, they're going to make sure it's going forward, and they are not afraid to run this. Hollingsworth again, up through the middle. Just nobody touching him until about 3 or 4 yards past. Well, I just want to tell you this, Cody, what you're seeing out here in Skyline on the 4A Longs Peak League are some top players on both teams. If you knew that 50% of the offensive leaders in this league, the Longs Peak League, are amongst these two teams right here. So that's, if you're talking about out of the top 20 players that are in this league, 50% of them, 10 of them are on these two teams. And the top, out of the top 10, 4 of them are from Skyline.
See, receiver looks offside, maybe not.
Silva looks like that. He has the room, throws a little bit behind him.
Had a receiver open though.
Falling backwards.
Incomplete pass.
Just rushed that pass just a little bit. Had the receiver open. Nice route there. Just at his feet as he's falling on his heels.
Silva has 1,511 yards on the season coming into this game. Almost offsides. What will they say?
And Chase Silva, the quarterback, with the hard count.
Yep. It almost looked like it was an illegal procedure, but it was.
And that'll be enough.
The ref tried calling a false start there, but caught himself.
That's his big play. Big play for Monarch right here. Big play for Monarch. And Jeremy Hollingsworth just goes with it. Hollingsworth just finds that, hey, maybe not through the middle, but I can come out through the side, picks up some big yards, gets the first down. Jeremy Hollingsworth, 829 yards before coming into this game with 119 carries, 7 yards on average. Averages about 138 yards per game, and he is well on his way with his carries so far. 5'10", 202 pounds is what I got, and he is strong. Coming up, 3 yards.
But just a giant hole there by the offensive line, making those linebackers really make a tackle because they're eliminating that defensive line pretty quick.
Well, they got a pretty big line too. I think they're establishing their presence on the front line, and Monarchs really trying to play it with a linebacker play.
Only 3-man rush.
Bubble out screen. They get him wide open. He gets down the field. Kyle West.
Dangerous receiver.
No, it was number 3. It was Andrew Dietz. Kyle West, okay. My eyes were going a little bit there. It looked like a 3. It was 4. It was Kyle West.
And he's their playmaker. They got to get him the ball when they're making their comeback against Longmont.
Kyle West.
I think he had 3 or 4 touchdowns. He's that playmaker for him.
Well, he plays on both sides of the ball, too. He's a wide receiver and an outside linebacker. Little bubble again outside. Going down the field, number 25. Jack Wathen.
Beautiful stiff arm there to get to the next level there.
Jack Wathen, senior. He's got 105 yards per game, 635 yards on the season. Boy, they're just going to it left and right. West out on the other side. Flag is going to be, looks like they must be holding on the outside. They're going to bring that one back. West gets thrown around the side.
But it shows you they want to get the ball to West, give it to him in space.
I think that's going to be on Dietz. Dietz was out there tied up on his man, and I think he tackled him.
A lot of quick action here for the Skyline.
Boy, they're finding a little bit of a softness on the outside, and what that's going to do is going to soften up the inside once they get a couple of those out.
Yeah, running game's already been doing well, so if you got inside and outside, watch out.
Trips to the right. Sing on the left. Hollingsworth in the back. This is one that'll spread them out. This is one that definitely could go underneath to Hollingsworth. Let's see how they set up here. Offset. Was looking for it. It was a hitch. And it gets the touchdown. Great play. Little hitch by Silva. Goes in there. Jack Wathen does a little hitch himself. Gets the touchdown. Nice throw by Silva all the way to the back.
Looked like the cornerback was there ready to make a play, but ball, I think he just jumped a little early, and the ball went over his hands after that. But
well, you got to hand it to Chase. Chase Silva threw a great one right to the edge, outside of the reach of the defender, and puts it in play. That was a touchdown at the minute 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Nice extra point put in through number 5, Ben Kalashar. Score is 7-0, minute 15 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back to you here on Stream It Sports Live, Northern Colorado on ASBN TV. We'll be right back.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Oh, come on!
Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with available blind spot monitor.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4, or get $3,000 cash back on a new RAV4.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Back up here in Longmont, Colorado, at Longmont High School's field. It is a shared field in the community, and we got the Skyline Falcons versus the Monarch Coyotes playing the first quarter. Minute 15 seconds left. Skyline leading 7-0, but you wouldn't have thought that at the very beginning with the kickoff to Monarch. Monarch was marching down the field. They looked pretty solid. Then they had 2 miscues, an onside kick through the fingers, picked back up by number 6, Josh Ponder. Josh Ponder had the ball, went through his fingers, almost picked up by Skyline. Pretty gutsy play there, trying to see if they can catch the momentum that Chase Silva had provided them on that last drive. It was a 1-2 punch early on with Chase Silva and Jeremy Hollingsworth, and then towards the end they were doing a lot of bubble screens on the outside, and who ends up with it at the end is Wathen as he comes in with a touchdown and then the extra point that goes in. Now Monarch, they need to come back. Game plan is, again,
run the ball.
Run the ball. This kind of gives you a feel of the old Air Force Academy. It's a wishbone style environment where they got 3 in the back, offset, facing inward. They're making the defense choose where it goes. Fullback gets looked at, then it gets tackled in the backfield. Ryan Shaughnessy just not able to get that done. Skyline picks it up.
Handoff to Witt in the backfield.
We want to give thanks to Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wings since 1991. Jim's Wings, Campus West, right by Moby Arena. Check them out. Hey, and let our sponsors know how much you appreciate them, helping us bring you live high school football action.
Friehauf is in on that tackle as well. Second and 11 here for the Coyotes.
Second and 11. Roll out. Nice pass up underneath. Stiff arm, gets about 8 yards, 9 yards out of it after the loss early on.
Pass to the right side.
Beautiful setup there. That's why you run so many times. Get that little bootleg, get the tight end. Good yardage there. Nice execution. First completed pass, I believe.
That was, and I think that's really how Monarch's going to have to be able to approach their passing game is let's beat them up on the inside, a little bit of Rocky Balboa type of things where you're coming in on the midsection, trying to see if you can establish it. We come to the end of the first quarter. Skyline Falcons leading 7 to the visiting Monarch Coyotes 0. But a good first quarter. Both teams playing their hearts out. Both teams playing high-end RPI levels. Let's go to break here on Stream It Sports Live on ASBN TV. We'll be right back here for the second quarter.
Falcons leading.
I make my coffee at home.
I cut my own hair.
I buy in bulk. So do I.
Jag tar med mitt eget godis när jag går på bio.
I still use my parents' TV login.
Saving isn't style. Start saving with the Anywhere account today.
Quarter number 2, switching directions now, 12 minutes on the clock. Monarch steps up, tries to put it up underneath. Yep, he was stepping over the linesman as far as he could get going, but not enough.
A couple yards on the play. That's going to be close.
Cameraman Phil Mildred made a great point. Their running backs are starting, 6 or 7 yards before they get the ball, but in that case, he's just kind of walking into it and then
if the line
waiting to hit
gets chopped
someone.
down, then you're going to run right into. That was Will Ponder on that last carry.
It works if you give it to him on a dead sprint, looking like a freight train, but if they have to block for more than that, 3 seconds before you even hit the line, it could be a little tougher.
Yep. Will Ponder, 34 carries on the season with 111 yards coming into this game, averaging about 3.3 yards per game. He's about an 18.5 yards per game type of player. But again, when you have that multi-back set, you're going to get only a certain amount of touches there. And Kyle Gordon pulling the team together. You got to have a good line too. This is blocking schematics that are at its best, where they need to know how to move that front end line. And if you can see, Skyline's packing it and really diving in and gets a long play. Austin Fiala gets downfield, and that was running downhill all the way through off the right guard.
That was a huge hole that he didn't get hit till really the first down.
Well, huge play, and they needed that play. That's a nice momentum, and you just bust open a little hole there, quick hit. You don't have a lot of the side movements. Oh, they're pulling him off now. Wow. For a sec, well, I guess 2nd and 1. Number 22, Ryan Shaughnessy comes in. Lined up underneath. Oh, Kyle Gordon gets his foot stepped on. Ball tipped up in the air. I don't think Kyle Gordon came out of that stance too well. His right foot.
Flag as well, yeah.
Finds a man across the middle.
Is there a flag on the field?
Yep, on the defense.
Defended by the Skyline secondary.
Nope.
Incomplete.
They're just,
did he pick it up?
Still 2nd and 1.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, are they calling a foul?
I think the ref's trying to figure out the same thing there.
Is there a penalty? There's a check.
A flag was definitely thrown on the defense.
Referee Dwayne Welch going over. Brad Pickard. Pass interference on Skyline, so that will give him the first down. Monarch the first down. Boy, that was so fortunate. Kyle Gordon was stepping away from his center. His right foot is stepped on, and he stumbles back, and he knows that this is a quick out that he needs to hit over on the side. His receiver gets then recovery. The defense recovers on him, but over-recovers because of the delay in the pass, and so he gets ran into. So kind of a fortune in the whole play sequence. First down and 10 now. Handoff up through, see if they could clear some room in there for Fredericksmeyer. Picks up about 2 yards.
Missed a block there, but nice release by that outside linebacker as he cut back in, able to finish up the tackle.
Plugged the hole, was working on that sequence. Leading rusher this year for the Monarch Coyotes is Stimac, Ricky Stimac, and he is 330 yards on the season. Oh, got a flag on the play.
It's like offsides again.
Offsides. Well, what you can see is happening is Skyline's trying to plug the holes. And in that process, their linebackers are coming up and trying to see if they can find a way to catch the count. And they're listening to the count, trying to catch the count, but now they've been caught twice, almost 3 times now.
Yeah, it's so obvious what they're going to do.
Yeah. Well, and you can see that the box has what? You got 8 in the box, 10 in the box. Turns up the field, picks up the first down, even though the whole forward progress takes them about a yard past the new first down. Fredericksmeyer, strong play. You got to hand it to Monarch. They are sticking to their game plan. They know that it is going to be a smash mouth up for the front. They're only down by 7. They knew that their first possession in the first half had took over 8 minutes off the clock. They knew that controlling the clock is key to be able to play against a high-powered, high-scoring offense like Skyline. You saw Skyline move that ball down quick in under 4 minutes to score this last.
But it's got to result in points.
Up through the middle, through the fullback. Boy, that was quick. Pickup of about 3 yards, it looks like, onto the 20-yard line.
Quick handoff to Will Ponder.
Will Ponder picks up that one.
Another short gain.
Puts it at 2nd and 7. 9 minutes, 4 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Falcons trying to keep him out of the red zone.
Skyline working hard up front. Kyle Gordon looking over the line. Don't have to read too many defenses this way. Just definitely try to be able to allow them to maximize whatever option the coach is calling from the sideline.
Fredericksmeyer carries the ball, gets a yard or 2.
Right now up in Fort Collins, it's Fort Collins versus Loveland. Loveland, a top-ranked team, but it is tied 7 after 1 quarter. This is a game that, I tell you, Fort Collins is playing their hearts out against quite a good team, Loveland. We'll see if they can keep holding on. But back down here, you get to see Skyline versus Monarch, 2 teams that are juggernauts within the RPI rankings. Toughest schedules, also top players within the league. Timeout by Monarch at the 8:06 mark. Falcons lead, Skyline Falcons lead 7-0 over the Monarch Coyotes. We're going to take a timeout here on Stream It Sports Live, Northern Colorado on ASBN TV. We'll be right back. Back here in Longmont, Colorado. Monarch, 3rd down and 5. Do they get enough room on the outside? Oh, no question about it. Austin Fiala was not going to be denied trying to get that first down. Nice play by Monarch Coyotes. They're able to get around to the outside and be able to string out what I think Skyline was expecting to come up through the middle last time. Fiala had gone up off of right guard and gone up about at 9 yards, and so I think they were trying to plug that hole.
I think it took 6 guys to bring him down on that play.
He's a big guy.
First and 10.
7-0. Monarch trying to see if they can march down here in this second quarter. They had picked up the ball in the late first quarter. Helmet coming off. Somebody's going to have to come off the field now. Referee's trying to keep them under control. Referee's timing out, making sure that, looks like Austin's going to have to go off.
Good hard at the line of scrimmage.
I'll make it 2nd and 9.
Good thing there wasn't a hit in that helmet.
Well, if you're watching this game on Stream It Sports Live,
shout out to the PA announcer, just giving a dig to running back there. Good thing there wasn't a head in that helmet as he runs off.
That might be. I'll leave that one alone. We'll just let that one go.
I guess that's for the away team as well. So it's just throwing shade.
7 minutes, 15 seconds left in this second quarter.
That was a kid you might knew.
Steps up underneath, lined up in a straight eye right behind it. Pitches to halfback, gets about 3 yards out of it, 2 yards.
Number 22, Shaughnessy.
And Shaughnessy, smaller kind of scat back. I think you'd rather have 88 in there in that certain play, but you got to bring him off for that one. I think he's coming right back in.
Now Monarch has an opportunity to get another first down here in the red zone. They're sitting at 3rd and 5, and really it's 3rd and 5 to the first down, 3rd and 7 to a touchdown. They're looking for 7 yards here, not 3rd and 5. Looks like there's going to be a timeout.
Flag on the play, ladies and gentlemen.
Flag on the play.
Looks like a warning.
Looks like a sideline warning on Skyline. Trying to keep people off of the field at the 6-minute, 35-second mark in this second quarter. Kyle Gordon stepping up.
3rd and 5. Skyline's trying to stop him. Here we go.
Lined up in the eye again. I think they're going to be giving it to the big one. Yes, Austin Fiala pushes forward, gets to the 1 yard line. They were looking for 7. He gets 6.
Got to go for it.
Well, it's first down. That's where they get the opportunity to first down. Yeah, that's what they were looking for.
I think that's all you need. Just hand it to him.
Well, hold on for a second. They marked it short of it.
They're calling 4th down, it looks like. See a fist in the air.
First down must have been at the 1 yard line when I was looking at that. 4th down, no question of this. This is power football. What can Monarch do? They need this to establish their presence in this game. Another one right across the side. Touchdown, Coyotes. They get smacked in the mouth by Skyline on a really rapid scoring drive by Skyline on that last possession by them. Monarch loses on their first touchdown opportunity in the first quarter, but comes straight back. They're going to go back for a single. It looked like they might be going with what they had in there, possibly for a 2-point conversion, but they're going to try to tie it up here. Special teams, ball handle, ball down, and through the goalposts. And we are tied at 7-7. Illegal procedure. Ooh, so we are back with 7-6. Pull that point off of the board. This could be a critical situation for Monarch. Can they execute their special teams now with a little bit longer of a field goal? This also gives a little bit of incentive for Skyline to see if they can put some more pressure on this PAT.
I got to give a shout out to the quarterback there. Really had the lead block. I think the defensive lineman pulled him down, but ended up being the lead block to give that running back the touchdown. So without even trying, he handed it off and helped lead block him into the end zone.
That's that type of an offense. Here we go again. Gets it up, and they finish it off. With the minor setback, able to finish it off, and now it's 5 minutes, 51 seconds left in this second quarter. It is tied between these two teams that need this victory at 7-7. We're going to take a timeout here on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado and ASBN TV. We'll be right back up here in Northern Colorado against the Skyline Falcons and the Monarch Coyotes. Well, we're back here in Longmont High School field. Actually, it's called the Everly Montgomery Field, just right next to Longmont High School. Online, looked like an onside kick that they were trying as well too. Number 3, Ty Lanfear. I'm not sure. Was that an onside kick? I was looking over at my numbers there, and I could see that.
Maybe like a squib half. Looks like they're spotting it at the 29-yard line, kind of in that no man's land of.
Well, we do know that there's some special people back in Florida, some family members that are excited about watching this game, because right behind center there is a gentleman, Silva, that is playing and quite dynamic as a quarterback. Pops it outside. Nobody on the outside to cut it down. Great play by Kyle West running outside. Taken down by Jack Ewitt, the junior.
And they're going to find creative ways all the rest of the night to really get him the ball in space, able to make moves one-on-one. So far, it's been multiple kind of outside screens for him to work with.
Yeah. Well, I hope that Silva's family's doing okay down in Florida. Knew the hurricane had gone through there on the Panhandle. Not sure where they might be at. Nice quick outside to Andrew Dietz. Pick up about 3. Ball.
Number 3 on the edge.
Looked like it was tackled by Zach Schmansky.
Line of scrimmage, drives ahead to midfield for a 4-yard gain.
You know who we haven't seen a little bit here running is Hollingsworth, and I tell you, when they keep spreading it, trips to the right, single to the left. Up and under, hesitation. See if he picks up more, gets momentum, picks up 6 yards, 7 yards. Hollingsworth, we knew that when you stretch them out on the sides, you got to be careful on the insides because you're man-to-man on the outsides.
You got to continue to feed that man right there.
Yep. Silva in the shotgun. Quick out. Solo. See if West can beat him. Cannot. That was Dietz, excuse me.
Andrew Dietz once again to the left edge.
Good play by number 28.
Pass, another 5-yard
Zach Schmansky. Yep. Our cameraman here, Phil Mildren.
He's all over it.
He is all over it, giving us some plays, but it is awesome. I like what he's calling. I think he's saying that, hey, they are setting up for a play. And football is a game where you're setting up for the future. Out quickly to Kyle West. Kyle West breaks through. Flag back. He's going to the end zone. But what is back at the flag?
Got a holding. It's coming back. Yep. That's tough on those screens. Those receivers got a hold, even though that's a bang-bang play.
It was a bang-bang play.
Someone held that probably didn't need to hold because West blew by everybody.
They saw it. You knew that was going to happen. Monarch was out there trying to cover. I did not get to see who the holding was on, but West, who had almost a touchdown, doesn't get to go take that into the house. He's got to come back and try to do it.
Out on the edge. That'll back him up. 47-yard line.
One of those wide receiver screens, just give West the ball, and you can obviously what he can do.
It's at 2nd and 15 right now, 2nd and 13.
We're going to go again.
Pushing it around. Pulled down, gets near the first down where they're marking it at. It looks like they're going to give them a first down based off of the marking location. Kyle West. You know, Monarch is having a difficulty getting pressure on the backfield. 2 things here. You got a shotgun, you got a quick out. Nobody can penetrate. And once they do start penetrating, that's going to be a handoff to Hollingsworth. They'll run right by him.
Yeah, not a lot of dropping back in the pocket, sitting there for a receiver. Really, another one.
Another one again.
They're just going right back at the same play. Different sides of the field.
10 yards. Kyle West picks it up.
Number 4, Kyle West.
That's a difficult defensive scheme to play. I'll tell you what's even more difficult is if your defense during the week has to play against prepare against a team like this, but the offensive team that you play against is purely a run team. It's difficult to mimic this kind of speed and quickness and style of ball that they could be able to get prepared for this game. So Monarch doing the best they can based off of what they can prepare. Again, another one out to the side.
I mean, I think
That
the
was second and 1.
offensive coordinators are just daring them to stop this wide receiver screen to the left, wide receiver screen to the right. They're getting really 4 or 5 yards before first point of contact from a defender is.
Well, it's about 2.5 minutes, and they've already made more yardage in that period of time than Monarch had. Spread out, trips to the right. Fake handoff. Oh, and then Silva.
Shoestring tackle.
Yes.
So many things right there.
Chase, the sophomore, looking outside. Fake handoff on the inside. They've been thrown out so much. It almost looked like it was a planned run because he was rolling out to the right side. He was looking to make the fake pass out there, and then he was going to cut upfield. But give Monarch the key there. They had the spy that was homing in on to Silva, making sure he doesn't get away, and he stuck to his gun. 2nd and 3. Out around the outside, little sweep, and it is a touchdown by number 25, Jack Wathen. They did not see that coming, almost like a jet sweep type of a play, where he runs around the end and puts it in.
And they used so many different weapons in that whole drive that you really didn't see him getting the ball there.
Well,
but
that's
great
a really
play.
balanced offensive play.
Great blocking on the edge there. Was really just able to waltz in, but overall just a fantastic drive by the Skyline offense.
Yep, Ben Kalisher comes up, gets the ball up, and through. We're at 2 minutes, 34 seconds left in the second quarter, 14-7. Falcons lead the Coyotes. We're going to take a short break here.
There by the Skyline Falcon offense.
Well, welcome back to Stream Sports Live. It's 2 minutes, 34 seconds left in this first half of this really a great game so far between the Skyline Falcons versus the Monarch Coyotes. It is a 14-7 game, and both teams are executing exactly what they want to do. But if you took a look at time of possessions, it's a 2-1 situation. Oh, Skyline, instead of the onside kick, kicks it back in, puts it back in on the line. Gets back out to the 23-yard line. Boy, that was one that he could have almost let it go through the end zone. Has a foot in there, knows that he needs to come back out and get some yardage on it.
You could see him thinking about it, too, of what are my options here? And then he knew he had to come out.
30-yard line to across the 20-yard line to the 23, where the ball is spotted for the Coyotes.
We want to thank to Jim Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wings since 1991. You've had some wings there before, haven't you, Coyote?
Too many times.
Yep. Jim's Wings campus at Campus West, right by Moby Arena. Check them out. They have some great wings. They got some great specials. Always a great place to stop by before you go to like a football game or a volleyball game or a basketball game at CSU. Kyle gets behind him, pitches out wide.
He's got blockers.
Has some room, wrapped up.
Man, it looked like he could have bounced outside. He had a lead blocker with no one on the outside. If he could have made it by then, there's a lot of green, but decided to cut back in. About a 2-yard gain there.
That's tackled by Will Drews. Number 25, Fredericksmeyer, was trying to get around the outside, but Will Drews picks it up.
And they only have less than 2 minutes with the clock ticking. They have to speed it up a little bit.
Their drives are at least 4 to 5 minutes in that process. Minute 45, quick pitch back. Skyline stuffs them at the line.
Doesn't look like they're going to switch it up really, but.
Well, this will be a question if the coach wants to stop the clock, which he's going to do. They're going to call a short timeout. We're going to go with them as well, too. 14-7 here. Falcons are leading. Short timeout. We'll be right back.
my own hair.
I buy in bulk. So do I.
Jag tar med mitt eget godis när jag går på bio.
I still use my parents' TV login.
Saving isn't style. Start saving with the Anywhere account today.
Welcome back. 1:29 seconds left on the clock for this first half. Falcons leading 14-7 over the visiting Coyotes from Louisville. Louisville down south. Skyline takes a timeout because it's 3rd and 9, and if they can't get a stop here, oh, it's a reverse.
He's got 2 blockers.
Got 2 blockers out. Can he get around the perimeter? He gets hit out of bounds hard. Number 22, Ryan Shaughnessy, gets them stopped with 1 yard remaining to get a first down, but it stops the clock.
Save Skyline a timeout there in case they can get the stop.
Now this is a key thing, and I think this might go into Monarch's favor because Monarch does have that ability to get those 1 and 2 yard runs, but it is a high risk 4th down 1 if they don't get stopped. If they do get stopped, Skyline will have great field position, and they can score in this short amount of time, 1:31 seconds.
I think that's their average in score.
Yep.
Especially past the 50.
Seconds. Here we go. Kyle Gordon underneath, picks the ball up, deep underneath, picks up the first down.
And that's the man you got to give it to in that situation. You need 1 yard to give it to the big man. Open up a hole.
Yep. That's one of those ones. Clock stop as they're moving the chains. Clock starts up again. Skyline realizes they got 3 more downs, and in 3 more downs, you're not going to get that. Clock starts running again with 1:20.
Got to get some subs in, taking off.
There's
10
no
seconds.
rush here. I think what's
really
the Coyotes are feeling is, hey, we are in a 14-7 game. Quick underneath. Skyline just going to cover that up.
And that's a really good point. It's you have a slower offense. You probably can't charge down the field this quick, but if you can go into halftime without them having the ball,
exactly,
that's a win for you, I would say.
It is a victory. And in reality, if you take a look at this first half, Monarch's first possession, because they took the kickoff, and they had 2 issues. They had the hold, and then they had the fumbled snap. If they hadn't taken that, they could be in a tied position right now because they were marching down the field without being stopped. In this situation, they're just running out of time. There's just not enough time. If they had more time in this, which is now 23 seconds, they could move it down the field. They're just going to keep it underneath. Little pitch outside, up through the middle.
Unless you can break one, then and it's coming back. 2 flags.
25. Yep, you're going to talk about it. Fredericksmeyer, he liked his hit so much in the backfield on the corner that he felt like he should show him up, and that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to go back 15 yards.
And there was 2 flags. I wonder if they just saw the same thing and threw at the same time, or there was a second or third person in there. It didn't look like it, but.
Oh, here we go.
Personal foul.
Looks like it's 2 flags on the same play.
Yep. So
personal foul call against Monarch. That's going to back them up.
Yeah, but in that regards, it's still 2nd down, 10 seconds left. Clock stopped.
2nd and forever.
As the PA announcer says, 2nd and forever, and 2nd forever without a passing game plan will be 2nd and never. I think is what it'll be. It is 14-7, 10 seconds left in this first half, and I tell you, it's been a good first half. I've liked the way both teams have played. Just a dichotomy of different styles of ball, and each one of them successful in the way they play.
It looks like there's a mask confusion here.
A mask confusion or a mask confusion?
Confusion. I mean, the coach was just halfway on the field, but 10 seconds left.
Yeah,
I would say that at this point, this is a win for the Coyotes. Is going into halftime, didn't let them score. You're only down a touchdown.
Yep.
Against a high-powered offense. Oh, big hit there.
Hard. Timeout by Skyline. Their timeout at 3 seconds left.
I think they're going to try to put some time back on the clock.
Yep.
There was a whistle going. So
we're going to keep it with you here with 3 seconds left on the clock in this first half up here in northern Colorado, Longmont.
That's going to set up 4th and long.
Longmont's a city that's just about, I would say about 30, 40 minutes north of Denver, Colorado.
I want to thank them for letting us be here. There's our second game at this stadium, and
what a great opportunity to come down here and just look at some fantastic 4A ball. Both these teams are really vying for postseason. Records don't really show it that much. 4-2 for the Falcons, and 2-4 for Monarch. But if Monarch can win this game and come in on the road to win this game, their RPI is at 4 right now. And with that kind of an RPI, that allows you to be able to look at yourself maybe if you can win out through the rest of the season. And you're talking about only 3 more games left in the season that you're going to be able to get through that environment. You get yourself okay. The RPI is 19.
7 seconds on the clock.
Strength of schedule is 4. They did put 4 seconds back on that clock. You're absolutely right. So on this 4th down, timeout. Looks like back-to-back timeouts. Monarch saying.
I mean, it is 2nd and 21. Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to freeze the punter.
Not sure what they can either take. I mean, what do I know? I always
expect
you can't take them with you.
Expect a full-on blitz onto this to see if they can try to get a blocked field punt. This is what they're going to be looking for. One guy back.
Oh, I'm sorry. The scoreboard said 2nd. That's why I was confused as to why we were taking timeouts. But down here, got 4th. So
well,
I look like the dumb one, Phil. I look like the dumb one. Trusted my scoreboard guy.
It is so good to have Phil next to us to keep us corrected and make sure that we're looking at the scoreboard correctly.
He makes us smart.
Makes us smart as well, too.
Makes us look good.
We want to thank our sponsors this first half. It's been fantastic to bring you live, high-definition, high school sports. Pedersen Toyota, First Bank, Jim's Wings. We're going to have a full second half live, high definition for you. You get to be able to see these two teams come out and battle to see who's going to be the victor tonight.
And I think
on the back. Oh, and tipped away.
But the clock never started. You got to call it halftime, but the clock was never started.
At 7 seconds, so it's a 3-second route, which would be slow.
Oh, that's right, yep.
But there is pass interference by Skyline.
And is that a spot foul in high school, or is that, I think it's just 15,
No, I
right?
think it's 15, but then they get the automatic first down.
With 4 seconds left here,
right now, the
Monarch drive continues.
They're bringing it back to the line of scrimmage.
A lot of confusion here.
So they're going to step it off. That's going to be, I believe, an automatic first down.
I believe so. I think that's the rule. Tonight we have referee Dwayne Welch, umpire Brad Pickard, linesman Charles Kuhn, line judge Jonathan Straub, and back judge Gary Schleich.
That's a turnover on downs.
Oh.
Looks like the announcer is telling the refs the rule book.
Yeah.
We're going to replay 4th down.
They're replaying 4th down. I'm trying to understand what the...
and the refs just aggressively signaled to the PA that he was wrong. Let the men do their job.
Well, this has been the longest 4 seconds
7 seconds
in high school history. Well, at least in northern Colorado, 4A Longs Peak is almost like, yes.
It really is the last 30 seconds of a basketball game. Free throws back and forth, plus a timeout, plus you got the press coming, you got to call the timeout.
Exactly.
And we're still not even in our huddle yet. I'm sure the play clock just started.
Play clock started.
And
Kyle Gordon pulling his team together.
Got to be sloppy really on all ends, including the refs, I would say.
Trey Stewart runs off. Last minute sub coming in. That was Ricky's team. I think they're
still confused, and we got a flag delay of game. We're moving it back.
A delay of game.
And the saga continues in the last 10 seconds. This is impressive how much time this, and now we got a timeout.
We do have a timeout, and there are now 3 timeouts left on the board again. So we are, I'm trying to understand. Now Skyline, it's called a timeout.
Halftime will come eventually.
No, they called that timeout coming from
who?
The Coyotes.
Coyotes?
We do have some great halftime performances coming up, so stick around. Pretty good matchup.
That is, yeah.
We are all a little dumbfounded here, our broadcast crew.
A lot of different things going on here.
We see a lot of numbers changing around. We got Skyline with 2 timeouts left. With that last timeout called by Monarch, we believe, that might have been their 3rd timeout or 4th.
4th. We do have valid
some
source here thinking.
We do have some sources here.
I trust the guy next to me.
We're going to have to keep track of that in the second half. All right, 14-7, 4 seconds left.
We digress.
4th down. What's going to happen here is Kyle Gordon's going to step up, wait for the clock to go down,
and
maybe he'll run and he'll kneel down. Well, that's the end of the first half.
Why'd they call it timeout?
Last about 3 or 4 minutes. They wanted to know that they could get that thing closed down. As mentioned before, this has been a critical point for 2 teams in a critical part of the season. They're going to need to be able to come out this second half and establish what their presence are on the field. Skyline's already done it. It's getting up and down the field. Monarch's doing it. They're doing it a little bit slower fashion. They're going to have to come out and stop Skyline at the beginning of the second half to see if they can reestablish themselves going down the field. We're going to take a halftime break here in Longmont at Everly Montgomery Field in beautiful Longmont, Colorado. Here on Stream It Sports Northern Colorado, ASBN TV. We'll be back at you at halftime.
Playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Did you hear that?
Hear what? Oh, come on!
Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with available blind spot monitor.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4, or get $3,000 cash back on a new RAV4.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Pay your friends back before they pay you back. Zelle on the First Bank app. First Bank, banking for good.
playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Did you hear that?
Hear what? Oh, come on!
Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with available blind spot monitor.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4, or get $3,000 cash back on a new RAV4.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Pay your friends back before they pay you back. Zelle on the First Bank app. First Bank, banking for good.
Welcome back to Everly Montgomery Stadium. Everly Montgomery Field. I don't want to go stadium. The stadium goes a little bit too far in the definitions. I'm here joined by, my name is Eric Friehauf, joined by Cody McCoy and Phil Mildren on camera as we bring you Streaming Sports Live in HD as we come into the second half of this big game, pivotal game for both of these teams as they try to get themselves positioned over this last segment of the season for postseason play. The home team Falcons leading 14-7. We're going to take the kickoff from the Monarch Coyotes just from down the street. Short kick. Speedster around the outside. Hesitation, gets it all the way back to the 36-yard line. Short kick. Jack Wathen takes it all the way back.
26-yard return.
The 26-yard return is going to be negated with a block in the back or holding.
If you're the Coyote defense, you haven't had a 3-and-out yet?
Yeah, I saw the hand motion that you might have seen on the screen there, that it looked like he was calling a push in the back on the defense, but it was actually on the offense, which resets them back, so that 26-yard return negated, pulled back down to the 10-yard line. All right, second half. Skyline's going to pick up right where they were left last time. Dynamic offense up underneath. Silva, seeing if he was going to try to run it, fakes the handoff to Hollingsworth.
Looks like
starts heading out and then tries to pitch it out or hits a wide out, which not one of those.
I think he had too many options and just couldn't make a decision there.
Yeah, I was trying to look at that. That almost like Dietz that was on the outside, and I was trying to understand if the playback,
some kind of read option, play action.
Trips to the left, Singh on the right. Now if they go back to the norm, hands it up underneath Jeremy Hollingsworth, who is stopped. What did we talk about at the end of this, the first half? The end of the first half was that Monarch not scoring on their first possession of the first half was to come into the second half, and if they could shut down this dynamic offense of Skyline and get a stop and a punt, they could easily control the clock, which again you said earlier on, Cody, was the nature of wearing down a defense and see if they could get in for a touchdown. Now, 3rd down and 10. Skyline can make 10 yards up in a single play, no problem. Saw that earlier on in this game. Offsets Hollingsworth to the right now. Silva in the shotgun.
It's like the blitz coming in. Nope.
Hands off up underneath. Does he get free? He does. Could not contain him, and he gets a first down. Great play by Jeremy Hollingsworth, recognizing where the hole was at, hesitates, goes up along the right side.
That is just trusting your playmaker and your offensive line to get you a big play, 10 yards, and as far as defense goes, that hurts. Had a lot of momentum. You could have got the ball back pretty dang quick. Get back on the clock. Yep.
Mark that one down for this third quarter. Monarch having an opportunity to shut them down early on. Oh, gets him right in the seam. Nothing's going to stop Andrew Dietz. Andrew Dietz is going all the way down.
He got one dive.
Energy? He's going after the football. Goes all the way in on a seam. Short little kind of a seam route pass. Everybody was out on the perimeters, on the bubble screens. He comes up underneath, and they looked at it. That's a setup play from the first half where they had gone outside, came up through the middle, now released down that line.
No safety there at all.
He could have enough energy to get down to the end. That puts 6 on the board at 10 minutes, 38 seconds. Mark that play back there. 3rd and 10. Monarch had them. That first down gives the momentum back. Galashar underneath. Kicks it up through the hole, through the uprights. We're going to take a short time out here. 21-7, 2 minutes, 38 seconds left in this third quarter.
Pay your friends back. Before they pay you back. Zelle on the First Bank app. First Bank, banking for good.
Well, back here at the stadium, 21-7, the Falcons leading the Coyotes. That was a quick strike. And if you take a look at that, that might have been a gamble by the Monarch Coyotes. Too much.
Just creeping up there, too much anticipation.
Yep, instead of being able to contain and maintain, they put a pressure on them, and then they created a conflict there. They're going to call it a fair catch just for protection.
Is that an automatic now?
Yep, steps in like.
Keep changing the rules on me.
Well, we talked about how Monarch needed to play defense at that first sequence. Could not get it done on that 3rd and 10. Great play by Hollingsworth. I tell you, he just found the seam and went up that side.
Now, I would say as far as Monarch goes, you know, you can run the ball the whole time, but I think me and Phil talked about 30, 45, 30 seconds in the huddle. That's going to hurt you.
You're going to run off 6, 7 minutes, 8 minutes on a drive like this. They're going to need to get big chunks and big quick.
Yeah, just get off the ground a little quicker, get out of your huddle a little quicker.
Pitch back, pushing it up about 3 yards.
Still moving.
Finally pushing forward. Good little rugby scrum, moving it forward even further.
Handoff. Monarch gains about 4 or 5 yards.
So right here, you need to be speeding it up just a little bit, just a hair. Just kind of get going. Yeah, get used to it. But they're kind of taking their time a little bit more here. But
yep, on these types of offenses, it's control of time, control of field, control of line. But that means that you're also going to need a lot more time to get down the field. There's a little mix-up here. Up, going to have to call a timeout with a play call that didn't look like it fit in. We're going to take a quick short timeout. 21-7, 9 minutes, 53 seconds left in this third quarter.
First timeout.
Quick pitch out, gets 6 yards up as you come back here to Longmont High School, right outside of Longmont High School at Everly Montgomery Field. Skyline, seeing if they could stop them. That was a critical stop for them as well too. Not able to get the stop. Quick pitch out.
30-yard line to the 31.
9:46 left in this third quarter. 21-7. This game was really tight until Skyline breaks open almost a 70-yard touchdown
after a
run.
Second and
by
third and 10.
Yes. On a mistimed managed. Austin Fiala, seeing if he can get a little bit further up the line. I think that was who was going through that sideline. Let's see who that number was. Actually, no. It was number 47. Will Ponder.
On the tackle, along with Ricky Waters, to stop that run. 2-yard gain. That'll set up 2nd and 8 for Monarch.
Well, as you can hear the PA in the background, 2nd and 8. We got the numbers straight this half. I don't think we're going to have too many timeouts.
So far, so good.
That's right. Looks like everybody's crowding the line.
Oh, I think a fumble on the ground. Skyline has got it.
Turnover by Monarch. Not what they needed at this stage of the game. Skyline in the hole. If you saw them, they crowded the line early. And during that time frame, it looked like it might have been a quick handoff to the fullback that came through and must have got knocked or stripped out of them.
That took everyone a second. I didn't know until I heard the coaches yelling there was a fumble. And now Skyline's trying to call a quick play. Let's get going, get back on the board.
Defense needs to find themselves, but you know that Skyline's ready for this. Sylvia's. We got 1 on 2 on the outside here. We're going to see Sylvia. Oh, looks like it was a little jet sweep around the outside. What a play by Monarch for a play where there was 2 wideouts on the left side with a single defender on the outside.
The safety was creeping over.
An opportunity to just split the 2 and run them down the sideline. And unfortunately, the call from the sideline was to run that sweep instead of looking down the field. Now it's back.
I think a screen to the right. I'm going to call it right now.
Up underneath. Wrapped up. Hollingsworth was not able to get down the field. Quick wrap up by the Coyotes. Prime opportunity for the Falcons to be able to get down this field. People on their heels. Coyotes were on their heels, and now they're 3rd and 11. Let's see what Silva can do. Silva. Silva makes the call, steps back, goes quick out, goes 7 yards down, 5 yards down, not able to get the first down, but that puts it at 4th and 6th.
I don't see the offense leaving the field.
You know, I've not seen the distance kick. They've been only doing PATs with their kicker at this time, so I'm not sure what they're able to do. But I think this is a good gamble. Looking over the sideline, see if there's a change in play. Coaches, seeing what the defense is. Silva steps up to the line, makes sure his line's ready for what the new call is. In motion, Kyle West comes underneath. Seeing if he can draw somebody offline. Timeout by the Falcons. Nobody jumps. 21-7. We'll take a short timeout. 30-second. We'll be right back.
So 21-7.
Did you hear that?
Hear what? Oh, come on!
Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with available blind spot monitor.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4, or get $3,000 cash back on a new RAV4.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Okay. Well, back here, we're going to take a look at number 15, Chase Silva, number 1 in Longs Peak 4A with 1,582 yards under his belt coming into this game. Can he navigate this 4th and 6 to get a first down? Crowd's hushed. They see long pass down the middle, right down the seam, throws it right into the arms of Nate McGregor. Nate McGregor runs a seam pass, gets the touchdown, and that's what you get out of Chase Silva. Is a calm, collected quarterback. No problems, seeing it wide open, not wide open, actually perfectly placed. Defender was in the backfield trying to see if he could tip it away. Great play by them. I am sure not only the people in the fans here, the Birdcage fans, that's the Skyline fans, students, but also those fans back in Florida. They're probably hooping and hollering it while they're listening to this one as they see Chase Silva push it through.
And I don't think we noticed, but it's 4th and 6 on that play. So
it's 4th and 6.
Who needs to get a first down when you can just score?
Yep. Looks like there might be a
kick is good.
Kick is good. And it looked like there was roughing the kicker, so that'll be a penalty applied at kickoff.
Assessed on the kickoff.
That was Ben Kalisher, the senior for Skyline, putting in the PAT, now making it a 28-7 game. We're going to just keep it here right now as we're going to get ourselves lined up. You know, got to hand it to Phil Mildren bringing us in on Chase Silva. Chase Silva is not only a passer, but sometimes he actually plays defense. He does free safety every once in a while. Skyline lets him play on both sides of the line. But I think what they do is they'll protect him as they move forward. You know, if you took a look at it, and I think, Phil, you mentioned it just right, as their strength of schedule is 6 in the league. I mean, in the state. And so even though they're 4-2 in this game right now, they got in their hands at a 28-7. Not saying that Monarch can't come back in this situation. 7-11 left in the 3rd quarter. This ball's kicked fairly easily out of bounds by Kalashar. We'll take a timeout here on Stream It Sports Live. 28-7. 7 minutes, 11 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Well, this is a fast, slow game. How fast can Monarch get it down the field with really their methodical, slow offense? Oh, one of the key things that's been talked about here in the booth is how fast can they get out of these calls from the huddle to the line and go a little bit more in a hurry-up offense while still playing the smash-mouth offense that they like to do up front. And I think that's the key is how fast can they keep going versus pulling a lot of this time off the clock. Down by 21. Quick, right off the bat. Shaughnessy comes up, runs right into the back of his fullback or his halfback, and then gets another 2 yards out of it.
And they use their quarterback number 10, I believe.
On the 27.
Who is their quarterback?
Kyle Gordon.
I believe so. They're using him as a lead blocker on a few different plays. They're pitching it back, and then he just hops in front of the line.
Depends how far back
you're going to follow me, line. Yeah, follow me.
That little straight eye right there. They got one out, split to the right. Kicks it back, seeing if they can go through. Fights through, short by a half a yard.
You got to go for it.
4th down and a half a yard, but you are deep in your own territory. You do not want to give Skyline that opportunity to have short field and quick turnover.
Yeah, where's 88? We were just talking about him.
Austin Fiala coming in right now.
Give the man the ball.
He's on the backside. Well, it's at 89. Kevin Webb also is in there as well, too. 2 bigs. Where are they going?
They're going number 25 in the backfield, Max.
Right. Also in the backfield, they got Will Ponder. Will Ponder's trying to blow it through there. Can they pick him up? They pull him back, and he does not get it. Well, let's take a look at what the mark is.
Wow, that's
mark is favorable. It is past the 30-yard line.
Very favorable spot.
That is, from what I could see, a 1st down. Wow. Gutsy play.
From our angle, that looks stopped short by at least
Will Ponder
half a yard.
Busts out and does a lead-out block.
Wow.
Then you got Kevin Webb following right behind him, a senior. I have not seen Austin Fiala out there. Have you seen him? I have not seen him. When I saw Webb come out there, I was like, they're missing their big running back in the backfield. That could be one of the problems that they're running into with their offensive selection.
Got a flag on the field. Another delay of game.
Wow. Late substitution, possibly.
Man,
that wasn't any slower out of the huddle than I had seen before. Did you? I mean, that
I think there's the subs.
Well.
1st and 15 now from the 25-yard line.
Or maybe the ref started a hew early and didn't really communicate it to.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Monarch to get set back. You do not need 5 yards back on that. Well, you got to hand it to Skyline. Skyline is playing good defense. They're playing tough defense, and I think, Phil, as you mentioned it earlier, it's going to be a tired defense at the end of this game. They are on the field for a long period of time. All the holes look like they've been plugged up, but one.
I would say you got to give it to the Skyline linebackers because, you know, that defensive line is, I would say they're pretty evenly matched there on offensive, defensive line, but those linebackers have just not broken, letting the running backs
they're all
break through and get that kind of that 3rd level to the safeties, but got to give them credit.
You got 8, 10 in the box right here. I mean, you're just not going to do anything. You throw the 2 or 3 back for just if there's a breakthrough. Now split out, single right, little new setup, roll out. Kyle Gordon seeing if he can get around the corner. Cousin sacked, not sacked, able to get about 1 yard out of it, but you got to hand it to it. Number 58. Ethan Drews, the senior, able to just pursue and tackle him down. I don't think any plans. Kyle Gordon was not going to get around. He did not have any lead-out blockers, and he did not have the ability to get around that corner.
Looks like he had the option. Maybe had a receiver coming with him.
Picked up 1 yard, makes it 3rd and 10. 3 minutes, 31 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
88 back in. Austin made it back in.
Austin's back in. I have not seen him running. There we go, right off the back end. Picks up 4 or 5 yards. They could have used that earlier in that series. Just looks like he must have been out with either injury or not in the sequence.
Nice gain on the play, but that'll set up 4th and 5.
Fiala able to get them to 4th and 5, but this would be too much of a gamble to keep in there.
On their own 35. And the punt team comes on for Monarch. And number 4, Kyle West, dangerous returner.
Monarch
for Skyline.
Set up for the punt.
Return.
A lot on the line for Skyline. Skyline might be wanting to see if they can put pressure onto this. Quick punt. Fieldable. Up through the middle. Quick tackle.
Well fielded on the 30-yard line.
Looks like tackle by
for about 10 yards.
Number 6.
Is that number 6 or number 9? Josh Ponder.
Where the Falcons will start their drive.
I would say this is Holland's time for Skyline. Give him the ball, give him some space.
Well, I think if you're wanting to run some time off the clock, keep this thing rolling. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left in this third quarter. Then I think you need to start taking a look through the middle. Start getting a couple pounds up through there, then that loosens up on the outside. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to use that a little bit more to their part. Quick handoff right here. Little draw, short draw, picks up 2 or 3 yards, let the clock run. Skyline has this game under control right now. Defense has played very well this second half.
Really just one blown coverage.
Yep.
To really change things up.
Yeah. And in this game, one blown coverage can make a big difference. Quick handoff up underneath. Again, managing the clock. Clock's running. 2 minutes left in this third quarter.
Monarch defense.
Jeremy Hollingsworth.
Steps up to the challenge on that one. Hits him at the line of scrimmage.
No stranger to big games. No stranger to yardage. Silva now saying, okay, now I got to look at my next option, which right now his next option is that right arm and the way he throws it. Very good. Already 2 passing touchdowns. 1 to West, 1 to Kent. No, that 1 to Dietz, excuse me. 1 to West, as well as 1 to McGregor. And no problem finding between them one additional one. All the way out to number 25, Jack Wathen. Just a threat behind each one of those players.
7 or 8 yards, that's enough for the first down for the Skyline Falcons, and their drive continues.
Yep. The defense is really definitely putting the pressure up, which gives some room behind them. Silva, quick out, one-on-one man. Is able to pick up 2 or 3 yards. Clock continues to run. Minute left in this third quarter.
Before he's brought down by a couple of Monarch defenders. 3-yard gain on the play.
2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 now for the Falcons.
Ball's on the 44-yard line. Silva back, hands off up underneath to Jeremy. Boy, Monarch has been playing some pretty good stuff from up the middle. Defense.
To Hollingsworth, hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Clock continues to run. 30 seconds left.
Should be the last play of the quarter, I believe.
3rd down.
3rd and 8 for the Falcons.
Well, no stranger to 3rd down and long, but I tell you, the weapons are many for the Falcons. Silva looks over, calls for the ball. Good protection up front, looking downfield. Gets it out to West. West, defender really slipped down in front of him. On the cut by West. West sits out there, and time expires on that play.
Over near the left sideline.
We're going to call it as well, too. Into the third quarter, 28-7, Falcons over the Coyotes. We'll be right back here for fourth quarter.
I cut my own hair.
I buy in bulk. So do I.
Jag tar med mitt eget godis när jag går på bio.
I still use my parents' TV login.
Saving isn't style. Start saving with the Anywhere account today.
hear that?
Hear what? Oh, come on!
Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with available blind spot monitor.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4, or get $3,000 cash back on a new RAV4.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, just right here, start of the third quarter, handoff to Hollingsworth, who bumps it out, weaves himself through really a maze of defense, and is able to, on the start of the second half, one play, puts the Falcons up now 34-7. Hollingsworth just bit on it, went in, cut a little bit in, and then bumped it out to the outside, and at his speed, 5'10", 202 pounds, has no problems getting out there.
Not a bad way to start the fourth quarter.
Galashar for the point after. Ball's down.
He also, we just noticed he's their holder.
Yeah, Hollingsworth.
He's a Renaissance man.
Hollingsworth, he doesn't get him listed as a holder for the PAT, but he is definitely.
He should.
It's definitely a play. Well, we're going to talk about this. 11:51, 35-7. We're going to keep it here for a little bit. Stream It Sports Live is a live HD streaming. It's not only a great platform to kind of watch on ESPN TV, but the ability to actually go back and watch the replays. And I think that's the neat thing about it is people from afar can watch this platform, watch it live. They can watch it delayed if they're in different time zones, and the teams can go home and watch the replays the next day and see it in HD. And that's what makes this platform and this Stream of Sports environment, where sponsors like Pedersen Toyota, First Bank, and Jim's Wings really enjoys kind of investing in and bringing great football to Northern Colorado. Well, Skyline commanding lead, 35-7, 28-point lead. If you're not a math major, that's what that difference is. And right now they look in full control here at Everly Montgomery Field. Quick kickoff. Not sure if that was an intended squib kick or if it was a kick the top of the ball and accidentally get it down the field, but we're going to leave it as good field position for the Coyotes.
Yep.
They're going to be coming out here and less field to be able to cover here at the 30-yard line. Well, we talked a little bit about this. This is a critical game for the Coyotes. They're 2-4 in the season. They had a really strong strength of schedule. The RPI was around in the 19 range, and they needed to get to win these last three out. This game was going to really set them up, but they early on had a great plan. They just started getting into the problems of running into penalties, not getting the stops where they needed to on the defensive side at the beginning of the second half, and now they're getting into a really hot and really an environment where Skyline is feeling this game is fully in their control.
Falcons front line defense looking pretty tough right now. Monarch 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 for Monarch. Get some good jumping and jiving in here in this dancing by Cody McCoy. Great play by the Skyline band. Pickup of 9 yards. Great play.
I think tied for the second biggest play.
Yes.
By number 22,
Shaughnessy. Ryan Shaughnessy, the sophomore. He's going to have some good years here at Monarch. Third and less than a yard. Shuttling back in and out. Let's see if Fiala comes back in. He is the juggernaut up the middle that allows them to be able to get that extra yardage. Who do they have in the backfield? Got Shaughnessy up on the right side. Will Ponder plows through the senior. Another 5 yards.
Skyline looking for a little fumble action there, but I think the ground caused it.
Seeing if they're trying to strip it out of them.
That'll move the chains.
Well, Skyline right now in a commanding lead, 4-2. They've been pretty good at home. They're 2-1. Their only loss at home was against Longmont, which was the last game that we had actually broadcasted up here at Everly Montgomery Field. They did not want to repeat that. We had heard that loud and clear from their fans. They had lost 42-34, and that was really an early score, often score by Longmont.
Yeah, they were crawling their way back for that whole. The score was a lot closer than their game really was. A lot of kind of fourth quarter points there near the end.
And really for Skyline, that tripped them up because they were really on a good roll with 3 key wins early on in the season. They lost to Longmont, then they lost to Holy Family 47-41. And so 2 games that they'd like to have back, I think, based off of their season, but now coming in and getting an opportunity here to play Monarch. They beat Silver Creek. That's what they came off of those 2 victories from. And then they'll finish off at Fort Collins and at Loveland for the regular season. And we know that Fort Collins High School is playing Loveland up in Fort Collins at this time, and Loveland was commanding a lead at halftime, 21-7. We don't have an updated score right now at this time, but you know, Skyline doesn't have an easy set of games going through the rest of the season, especially with Loveland at that at Loveland time frame. It's good for them to be able to pick up this game. One key thing here is, and I didn't know if you knew this, but in the records, Monarch has owned this game between these 2 teams. They've won the last 2 games over the last 2 seasons. Monarch getting 9 yards out of it. Nice run. Tyler Smith, the junior, gets great yardage out of it.
For another 8 yards. 2nd and 2.
But it's going to need to be a fairy tale ending for Monarch. It's going to have to be one of those ones where they somehow miraculously get down the court in the yardage with 8 minutes, 20 seconds. That might not happen.
With the clock running?
With the clock running. But I have to hand it to you. You got to hand it out there for the Monarch team. They're sticking to their guns. Long pass down the sideline.
Wide
up and
open,
underneath.
my gosh.
Got them biting and right down the sideline. Tyler Smith runs in for a touchdown. Exactly what you want to do when you suck up most of that defense. And we talk a little bit about the old fairy tale type of ending. Those aren't maybe the ones going to bring them back into the game and win it, but it is a good adjustment by the coaching staff to get a quick score out of a time where Skyline was really packing that line.
Biggest play of the game by far, but wide open, a blown coverage, no safety over there. Kyle West was trying to get that angle to beat him, but beautiful throw, beautiful catch, touchdown.
Nice pass by Gordon. Quick kick up for the point after.
The kick, and it's good.
And it is good. Ty Lanfear. We're going to take a short timeout, and we got a little story for you when you come back here. 35-14, 8 minutes left.
14 now the score.
I cut my own hair.
I buy in bulk. So do I.
Jag tar med mitt eget godis när jag går på bio.
I still use my parents' TV login.
Saving is in style. Start saving with the Anywhere account today.
Well, back here, 35-14, 8 minutes left, and I tell you, miracles are needing to be happening for Monarch to be able to get back into this game. But it was a great play right into the end zone on a really a faked fair catch by number 17.
Oh, he needs to go down.
There was a fair catch that was called. We're not understanding why he wasn't getting the call on that. Creighton Tremblay.
I didn't see his arm, but maybe I looked up late. Did you see it? Okay.
His arm was completely waving there, and I think they were wondering why it wasn't. So then he kneeled down. Well, there was some questions. They replaced the ball. little boos from the sideline, thinking that it was a fair cut.
Yeah, very much a player safety issue, so I could see kind of the frustration. But
no time off the clock on the fair catch. 8 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Silva in the back, barking out the calls. Steps back 3. Sees someone down the stream, wide open. And he holds his head. Nick Pedersen, the sophomore, was wanting to have that so cleanly down the line. Now he's a little upset with himself. But Nick Pedersen, hey, you're a sophomore. You ran a good route. You saw where it was at. Silva saw you there.
Just didn't turn his head quick. He was kind of turning it.
Learn from your mistake. Learn from your mistake. Next time, put yourself in there. Silva put it right on the money there for him, too. All right, Chase is in the backfield. Sets it up underneath Jeremy. Jeremy goes down. Jeremy, that's a nice little average. That last run that he had at the beginning of the fourth quarter was about a 25, 30-yard scamper for a touchdown. There he only gets 0 yards out of it. But
it's like the old cleat came off.
That'll set up 3rd and 11.
Well, here we go.
I guess not. I thought he had to come off the field for it.
Helmets have to come off and equipment, so they did not call it. Back in the backfield. Oh.
And he's wide.
Chase scrambles out. Sees if he can dodge around it. Picks up about 7. Not able to get it done.
Silva drops back.
Little indecision there. He had Hollingsworth wide open right off the bootleg, but just waited too long for the DBs to get back in there. Still turn it into positive yardage.
For the Falcons.
4th and 4. Looking over to the sideline. Coach giving a signal to Chase. Silva.
Right side receiver.
See if they're going to see if they can draw him off. Clock running down. Trips to the right. Single to the left. Hollingsworth in the backfield, 4 yards for a first down.
Or yeah, maybe got a play you want to work on.
Fly out. Hollingsworth runs out, clears. Yep, that was going to be a question mark play. Timeout by Skyline.
That side ref wanted to throw a delay a game.
Illegal procedure. Illegal procedure's called?
Delay a game, I believe.
No, there was an illegal procedure called because Hollingsworth. Well, there's been a consistent amount of calls from the opposite line. You'll probably see that. We're going to see a chance to see what had happened there. We had Hollingsworth breaking out of the backfield, running to the sideline, and then an illegal procedure called, but a timeout possibly.
That's a lot of time for your offensive line to sit there.
Yep, 6 minutes, 15 seconds left. Now they're going to have to go back and punt this one, 4th and 9. Running in the outfield, West. See if West could get all the way up to the first down. Does not. Short a half a yard.
West back to punt, rugby style.
And really even a more favorable
That was
spot.
a gamble. That was a gamble.
Quite enough for the first down.
Based off of where they're marking at, that is at least a foot short. The referees are going to come out and try to measure this.
That thing keeps squeaking closer and closer to the first down.
Yep.
As I see the ref
Make sure that
just keeps slowly taking a step. Yeah, this.
I'm seeing a little juke and jive and wail, jump and jive and wail back here and there. Hey, while we wait for this, you know, we talked a little bit about measurements, and we talk about a measurement of life, and what are the key measurements in life or significant points in life? And I tell you, my broadcast partner here just drops a bomb on all of us here in the booth. But something magical happened this past weekend. And Mr. McCoy, would you like to say that? Would you say that you have dropped the question to somebody, and was the answer yes?
I'm still waiting on that.
Still waiting on that yet?
Oh my gosh, they called it a first down. That is
wow. And they said, yes, it's a first down. Not only are we going to celebrate that Cody McCoy did get engaged this past weekend, and we just congratulate him. He's a wonderful guy.
Thank you, guys. I
and
just
a
told
wonderful couple they're going to be.
30 seconds ago with a picture on accident.
And her name's Maggie, is that right?
Her name's Maggie, yes.
She said yes when you did it, and I tell you, who said yes out here was the Falcons, because the Falcons get a first down. It looks like the linesmen are trying to get themselves in there. Silva hands it off to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth There's going to be a little holding in the backfield. Holding. Hollingsworth's 6-yard run is.
Are we going to talk about the first down that shouldn't have been a first down there?
I thought we were going to talk about your engagement. Well, I think the movement of your feet up here, a little jump and jive, and seeing it kind of tap back and forth to a nice rhythm, move that ball one way or another.
It's getting a little cold and I have flip-flops on, so
that's
not my
right.
best, but I think some of our viewers might know Mariah Betros, who have done some volleyball games with us. Her sister and I have been together for quite some time. And
so if you want to listen to some great volleyball broadcasting, listen to her. If you want to listen to great color commentating, listen to her sister's new fiance. And nice play right down the field. Nate McGregor picks up.
Number 9, Nate McGregor.
Big field. Changes the dynamic of the.
I misspoke. That was first and about 25 yards.
Right. It's second and about 6. The PA is setting it up.
It's going to be second and 7.
Second and 7. Clock still running. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left. Pass. Nice pass to McGregor. Nate McGregor gets about 15 out of it, 14 out of it. West off the left side picks up 4 more yards. Kyle West.
Really the first time giving him a handoff there. Usually they're using him on the outside on the screens or deep, really their playmaker, but trying to get him in the backfield. A few touches, see if that's something they could utilize in the future.
All-purpose yards. They find different ways. Here we go, Silva right underneath, hands it off. Jack Wathen coming up. Push back. 4th and about 1.
Handoff, Wathen. Hit by 3 or 4 front line.
Yeah, good observation there. A lot of the Monarch defense, really the linebackers and safeties it look like, kind of the second and third level guys, they're also the offensive players. So they got it. That's just, I know you're in high school, but when 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, that can be tough.
Yep.
Here we go.
Nose guards, fullback.
See number 88 in there. Austin.
That was from the sideline there. It comes again. Oh, breaks away again, and Hollingsworth finds a seam, and Monarch does not have an answer for that. 3:46 left in the fourth quarter, and an amazing play by Jeremy Hollingsworth. He comes from the sideline, comes up, gets a handoff, delays, heads off the left side, and goes all the way down, scampers. That had to have been a 55-yard touchdown run.
Fantastic run. Not taking anything away from that, but the safety took a really poor angle, took 3 steps in, and just killed any possible chance he had of catching up.
Nice move.
But beautiful move. Great job by the offensive line. Barely, I don't even think he was touched.
Yep. Kalashar for the PAT. Gets it up through the uprights. Makes it a 42-14 game. Falcons dominating this game now over the Coyotes. We'll take a short time out here at Streaming Sports Live. We're back here. Kickoff by Kalashar. Up through the middle. Scrummed up in the middle. Well, 3 minutes, 38 seconds left. 42-14. Short trip up from Louisville up here to Longmont, here at Everly Montgomery Field. Was to be an opportunity for Monarch to be able to establish maybe a comeback in their season. And rightfully so. I think the team that really has dominated, we talked about this at the beginning of the season, or beginning of this game. Skyline is a team that's formidable. They are getting ready for postseason, and they look like the team that has all of the bells and whistles rolling in this game. They have it on the outside for passing, inside with regards to running. Defense, I think they held up very well. A very difficult game for them to prepare for. Coaching staff's going to have to be very happy with the way their defense has come through on this.
And you got to say, as far as playoffs go, and I would say football's, and really any sport, it's how hot or cold or how much momentum you have going into the playoffs. You could be the best first half of the season, kind of cool down and dragging into the playoffs, but Skyline's got an offense that's clicking on all cylinders here in the kind of the back half of the season, getting ready for the playoffs.
Well, and you take a look at their schedule. With the end of the schedule now against Fort Collins High School, at Loveland. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they removed 2-a-days.
Yep. So now people aren't getting as injured. Up through the middle, great run, trying to strip it. Nice run.
That's easily their biggest run. I know the pass was the biggest play, but
Trey Stewart, the junior, ran all the way up there. Big man.
By number 22, number 25.
I had Trey Stewart. Did he have Fredericksmeyer going on that one? I thought I had Trey.
I had 22 as well.
I had Trey Stewart on that one. Could be Shaughnessy. So again, I was looking down at my numbers.
First and 10, Monarch.
42-14. 2 minutes 41 seconds left. Roll out. Kyle Gordon seeing if he can find anybody. Nobody. So he goes all his way. Gets a first down, running 12 yards, 13, 14 yards down the field. Great scamper by Kyle Gordon.
Got a flag on the play and an injury.
Skyline player down, injured.
Number 47, Ricky Waters there. We called him his name a few times this evening.
He is a junior out of Skyline Falcons. There's also a flag down. We'll see what the call is. Ball looks like it's at the first down location, but there's discussion on what was the foul.
Let's take a knee on the field while we check to see if he's all right.
Holding against
defense.
Defense.
Must have been the receiver trying to come out from the DB.
Well, if the defense was holding, and there is that first down, they're going to mark it off at the end of the run. 10 yards. That puts it at a first down now. Is that right?
Looks to be an ankle injury. Those are tough.
Oh, it is.
You feel, I mean, there's nothing worse when you can't put any pressure on it. I mean,
exactly.
Tomorrow you might be able to put a little bit on it, but that kind of those first few minutes where you can barely put any weight. But great job, great effort by Mr. Waters this evening. Called his name a ton, made a lot of plays. Hopefully he can get back in time for the last few games in the playoffs. They're going to need him.
They're going to definitely need him. He's one of the better players. It's a complementary offense. Everybody has to be in sync. You can't lose one component of it. Of course, you have to be radio man style. You got to have somebody be able to step into the gap. Kyle Gordon back. See if he can throw another one of those nice little open receivers down the line. He got one last time to get them up from the second touchdown.
Sprinting down the sideline and just out of his reach. Incomplete.
I don't think the Falcons were going to be fooled on that one.
I think I'm hearing Star Wars from the band. A little weird the way the booth is set up here. We are opposite of any band or fan, so it's a little tougher to get the interaction that we do at French, but still love hearing the band. Dave Haase.
Sack in the backfield. Parker Steed gets in there, the senior. Nice way to finish off a game. Come into the backfield, gain some ownership there.
No gain on the play. That'll set up 3rd and 10.
Well, Monarch finishes their season with 3 games They get Fort Collins at Monarch. Then they go to Silver Creek, and then they finish at Greeley Central. They have a tough row to hoe, if you're talking in the farmer speak. Kyle Gordon rolls out, then passes forward real quick. Allows Knees Noble, looks like a sophomore.
Kyle Gordon with the bootleg.
Or was that number 47?
Receiver open for a short pass, number 47.
Will Ponder.
Completes it for the first down. That's Will Ponder on the reception.
First down. You know, when situations where you need to move down the field, you start changing your offensive scheme, and it gets you going down the field a little bit more.
Yeah, I would love to see Monarch try one or two of those more within the normal offensive scheme.
A blended
I don't
offense,
think, yeah.
Nice pass. They're going to call it incomplete. Ball getting knocked out of his hands. Good play. I thought Trey Stewart had it. He pulled it down. He had it.
He pinned it on his hip kind of thing. Wasn't able to get his hands on it, but good learning moment there.
NFL would have went and taken a look at that and seen if we could have seen if that was a replay and saying that, hey, we want to check to see if that was a reception and did he make a football move. And he did make a football move. He received it 2 feet down, looked like he was turning into the player. And then as he was going down, looked like the ball was knocked out of his hands, but that's not going to be the call. Minute 25 left in the game. Quick pitch back. Strong run by number 25, Max Fredericksmeyer.
Quick toss. Number 25, Max Fredericksmeyer.
I'm starting to see the breath on some of the players. I think the temperature is dropping.
Well,
they're inside the red zone once again.
I think the birdcage has realized that this game has been won. You can see the birdcage as the fans, which actually they're moving from the stands over to where the players will be coming back. Kyle Gordon on the corner does a looping. Not able to hit into the corner. Nice play, but just not enough. Is that number 22, Ryan Shaughnessy?
Second and 10 for Monarch.
Minute 3 left. I like that play, Shaughnessy. Number 23, Trey Stewart was on the reception. I was thinking it was 22. Thank you very much, Phil. Phil is an excellent cameraman, bringing us in on that one. Kyle Gordon under center. Pitch back quick, up through the middle. Exactly same play. Trey Stewart pulls it all the way up to the 3-yard line.
Shaughnessy, good blocking up front.
He's got Ryan Shaughnessy, but I thought it was 23. 22, Ryan Shaughnessy up through the middle.
Good for about 7 or 8 yards. 3rd and 1 here.
Back to Shaughnessy again. He goes over and dives across for a touchdown. 35 seconds left in this 4th quarter.
Ryan Shaughnessy.
Good drive by the Monarch Coyotes. Nice to see them put some points on the board. Those are ones that you can draw from. You got to have some momentum coming out of this game. Being able to finish it off with a touchdown.
For the extra point. A lot of great
Ty
action
Lanfear
tonight, folks.
going to do a PAT. Up and through the uprights.
The kick, and it's good.
We'll take a short 30-second timeout. We'll take you to the last 35 seconds of this game. 42-21.
42 the score.
I make my coffee at home.
I cut my own hair.
I buy in bulk. So do I.
Jag tar med mitt eget godis när jag går på bio.
I still use my parents' TV login.
Saving isn't style. Start saving with the Anywhere account today.
Well, welcome back. 35 seconds left in this heated rivalry, Monarch versus Skyline. Monarch just scores, kicks off. Skyline coming in, seeing if they could do any more damage as comes around.
Short kick.
Jack Wathen
running hard, gets it out close to the
gets it to the 39-yard line.
Got a flag. Is that a late flag? I saw someone
late flag at the
taunting
40-yard
Hugh.
line.
No, we got a holding coming back.
We got a hold against Skyline.
Holding.
Going to back it up a little.
Holding at the end of the run or at a point of spot? I'm trying to figure out where the hold was from. Back at about the 33-yard line, you think was where the hold was at? As we're trying to decipher where they're going to be marking from.
Where they should be taking a knee from.
Well, they look like they marked it 10 yards back from the finish of the run, which would have been probably more from the spot of the foul, but the flag was on the 40-yard line.
First and 10.
First and 10.
Oh my gosh, and we're going to throw a flag. Oh boy. Oh, we got a false start.
We got a legal procedure. They must have not had enough of people on the line. 77 came from the sideline and went in, and maybe they only had 6 men on the line, so they didn't have enough on the linemen because the guy had not come in. All right, now they'll do the same play. Silva will get up in here, kneel, let the clock run down, and Monarch is not going to stop it. They're going to allow the clock to run out. Well, here at Everly Montgomery Field in beautiful Longmont, Colorado, this 4A Longs Peak Conference action between the Skyline Falcons and Monarch Coyotes finishes at 42-21. I want to thank my sponsors, Jim Wings, Pedersen Toyota, and First Bank for their contribution for tonight's broadcast, as well as my broadcast partner here, Cody McCoy. Congratulations again on the engagement.
You, sir.
And Phil Mildren on camera as we bring it to you, Freeman Sports Live, Colorado on ASBN TV. We do have our next broadcast is on October 18th. It's Greeley West playing host to Broomfield Eagles. We thank you so much for being here tonight and hope you enjoyed our broadcast.
It's Northern Colorado High School football, live on Stream It Sports NoCo. This broadcast has been brought to you by Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wings since 1991. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good.